My name is Jason Wojo. Welcome to my channel. I run a multiple seven-figure agency. For the past 4 years, I've helped generate me and my clients over $75 million, and I've been featured in Entrepreneur Magazine and in New York Weekly's 30 Under 30. This channel is for business owners looking to scale their business with paid ads, systems, creating more resistible offers, and ultimately making more money. So make sure you subscribe, and I hope you guys enjoy the video.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it. So thank you for having me here. Since you guys are all in like the multimedia space, you're, heard some talking about a podcast, social media, ads. I kind of came up with a topic that was congruent for today because what I do is I run an advertising agency. So we work with local businesses, service-based businesses, personal brands. You're talking about a live webinar, like we shoot content like that for clients. We give them scripts, we do the video editing. We go for more direct response route. So a lot of the stuff that you guys are learning is like a lot of branding and imagery and the messaging and the tonality of the actual videos and how it matches like a company's brand. We have a more just like direct response route, but we do have brands that I'm going to show you that are based off of branding and branding only. I'm also in the midst of like my own challenge that I'm going to go over. That's actually really exciting. And I'm going to show like basically what I'm doing for it and breaking it down completely. So I'm doing this challenge, and this is day 13, where I'm taking like a whole new business from $0 to $1 million, and I'm gonna see like when I make that, whatever day it is. It's been 13 days, and we're at like $70,000, so I think it's doing well. It's just that it's not profitable as crazy much right now, but that's fine. But I wanna get more into this, but we'll get that to the end, because I wanna these campaigns I'm going to show you and the things that I talk about, they're more so finished deals. They're finished brands. They've been running for a while. They're converting. They're making money. But then I'm going to go into one from scratch. So you can kind of get an idea of like what that looks like and what the ads look like. Because I don't just do, professional, not like it's not professional, but we don't just only focus on professional-based video ads that convert. Because a lot of businesses actually don't understand that there's like these 4 things that, well, technically it's 3, but I'll go into the 4th part, that go into creating successful ad campaigns. And I think a lot of businesses do overthink it. And after selling over $75 million online, like there's these 4 things that I'm gonna go over that make or break a really successful ad campaign. Okay, so on the agenda, biggest points is whatever you're filming for any business, any social media post, any type of branded thing, that's always about the offer. The offer is everything. Because your posts, your videos, your messaging really won't hit the right audience if you don't have a really appealing offer. And we call that in the space an irresistible offer. It's something that no matter who you run to would appeal to a massive majority of people, okay? So it's the difference of me being like, hey, I do credit repair, right? Let's say you need your credit repaired. I will repair your credit. That's not really an appealing offer, but a lot of businesses go for this route of just being really bland and simple. But what if I told you that I could help you repair your credit score by 140 points in as little as 30 days? That's sexier. There's a guarantee, there's a time frame, there's specificity, and there's a unique mechanism, and I'll get into all that stuff. Second one is the importance of UGC. UGC is user-generated content. So UGC is some of the video ads that I'll show you, we're using social proof and UGC, which is just basically your customers being a part of your ad campaign. Just testimonial social proof, but used in a different manner. So it doesn't always have to be just services. It can also be products as well. And then grabbing attention. A lot of ads I see online, like I like to pick apart ads. I do it on my YouTube channel too. They're just very bland. They have this nice melody music in the background. There's nothing really happening in the first 3 seconds because our attention span as humans has decreased significantly. I believe we're losing to goldfish right now. We have like the attention span of like 5 seconds and goldfish are 6 seconds. So like even us, we're losing to fish. And then the power of social proof. I talked about that during the UGC topic. And then urgency and scarcity. So how do we take people from noticing their problem to being like, okay, but we only have 7 spots left. And you have to opt into this thing at this discount for the next 37 minutes or you're gonna miss out. And you notice how I come up with weird numbers, and the reason why is because that specificity matters. If I told you, hey, you have 10 minutes left, no one's gonna believe you because everybody could say 10 minutes. But if I said 7, then you kind of believe me more. And then landing page conversion. Ads are cool, creative's awesome, but what are you driving traffic to? Because you can have a really good ad. Like there's ads that clients have made. We have a client, Bruce Bolt, who puts $20,000, $30,000 into sponsorship with baseball players, and the videos do well, but sometimes they flop because he's not really getting, like he's not doing direct response. He's only focusing on branding. And if we went more of a direct response route, you have a better cost per click, better CTR, and overall more conversions. Okay, who am I? This is just a quick little introduction, nothing crazy. I own Wojo Media. It is a digital marketing agency right across from Tanger Outlets. We are in like one of the 2 white buildings there with the water fountain. I don't know if any of you have seen it, but I have 45 plus team members. I've been featured in these little cool news outlets. But yeah, that's basically it.
How old are you?
24. So this is kind of like my journey and how I really scale my business. I'm not really going to go too in depth with this, but I went to culinary school. I dropped out when I was 16, and then I went to business school. I was flipping Pokemon cards in my dorm room, and I wasn't going to class. I realized that this wasn't what I wanted to do, and I was just like, you know what, like I know how to make money online, like I'll just figure it out, and I'll just move back in with my parents, have a little bit of humility, and figure it out. And then I came across a course. I don't know if anybody knows Ty Lopez, but he's like a big entrepreneur in the space. He does an SMMA course that teaches you how to build your own marketing agency and make your first 10K a month. You have a question?
Yeah, is that the guy here in my garage?
The what?
Where do you make
Here in my garage.
Yeah, here in my garage. Yep, that is Ty Lopez. Yeah, that's the ad that literally made him all of his money almost. So, and then I wind up, staying with my parents for 3 years. Went to business school, and then I finished, and then I moved to Orlando, like literally the next day. So, before I moved, my parents were like, oh, like, what are you going to do at the graduation? Well, I didn't tell them, but in February, like, because we graduate in May, in February, I wind up signing a lease for a room in Orlando. It was like this room in some college house, and I signed a lease for it, and I never told my parents until like May 20th, and that was the day that I graduated. I wind up skipping my graduation. I took my parents on a cruise, and then the day after we ended our cruise, I left the next morning at 3 a.m. and drove all the way to Orlando in one day, and I started my whole entire life, and I left everything behind. And then it was kind of like an accountability factor. If I didn't win, then basically I was just gonna have to move back in with my parents. So there's really no option. So yeah. All right, gonna go up to that. Okay, so this really is not crazy relatable right now. And some of these are like really fuzzy. I don't know why, but this, okay, no, now it's good. This is the stuff that kind of got me on the map. Was this flame snippet that I did for personal brand, service-based providers, and just business owners in general online. Okay, a lot of people run ads. You see them, those sponsored posts on Instagram, and everybody's just standing there talking, right? No one really has these crazy cool effects. No one has this like attention grabbing thing. And that's what I talk about on that slide on the agenda with the attention grabbers. You need to stand out. Ads are, yes, they're choreographed, and it's, you have a storyboard and you're focusing on the messaging and the offer, but at the same time, like if you can't grab people's attention, you're just gonna be like every other advertisement. And I kind of took a different approach by, I basically use Fiverr. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but I hired a video editor off there. And one day he said to me, he's like, dude, we got to do something with your hands. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And I was like, what, you want to like put a graphic on it, or like you want to do something when I'm talking? He's like, no, like let's actually do something because, I don't remember what the angle was. He's like, let's do something that will make them go, what the hell is this? So basically, and I'm going to talk about storytelling later in the presentation, but storytelling is actually like a really big piece of how ads work. And we as kids always wanted to be told stories. We would always go to sleep and our mom or dad would read us a bedtime story. We always liked stories. And he related that to superheroes. And he said, dude, like you should put something on your fist that makes you kind of look like a superhero, because everybody still has like their little inner child in them. So that's kind of what angle we took. So I did this with 2 flame balls. I don't know how he did this, by the way. The guy was like, he sat there for 3 weeks and did this, and then he came to me and I was like, dude, this might be the greatest thing I've ever seen in my entire life, up to this point. I was just still starting out, but I was trying to get my name out there. I was trying to get more clients, and these were ads that I was running to get more clients. And then we started doing it for other people as they started to sign on with us. So every time someone said swipe up, or whatever the case may be, I always had a fire effect. And that's kind of what I was known for. Everybody who came to me said, hey, I saw this fire thing. Someone told me you did this fire thing. I need this. And at first, I started selling the videos individually. I was like, hey, like you want a video? It was like $700. I'm like, you record it, you do the swipe up, we'll have the fire effect on it, because I had to pay my editor like $100 and something bucks. I'm like, dude, I could flip this for a lot because people see the value in it, because my cost per click was so much lower. So basically, that's what kind of got me some clients, but it was only one-time buyers. And that's when I started to learn about LTV and how much a customer's worth to you and all these different things that like I'll go over later on. But that's when I started putting this in the package of our monthly services. So And then just a little bit of context, this actually started, and this is one of my clients at the time, Dylan Kivo. This is when ad costs were very, very like low. They weren't as high as they are now. Okay, ad costs over the past 2 years have went up like over 240% because of inflation, the way the economy is moving. And basically, because I did all these ads for Dylan, other people who started selling press started catching on. And now there's like literally, I'm not kidding, over 50 people who try to copy my exact same ads that I've ran. And I literally awoke this huge, huge industry. Now, no one can obviously copy it as well because there's other pieces of the business. That's why I talk about 4 parts. Okay, the first one is your offer. Okay, and the 3 biggest pieces of an offer are your unique mechanism, your specificity and urgency, which we talked about before, and a guarantee. Okay, so when I talk about unique mechanisms, there are, like, I'll show you landing pages and the offer and the actual ad that we run to that landing page, and that's later on in the slides. But a unique mechanism is something that makes it look different than what you already know it is. So for example, credit repair. We will take the business owner's name and we basically will call, like, for example, M. Lockhart Credit Booster, right? That is something that makes it look unique. It's not just credit repair, it's a credit booster, and it has their business name in it, so it makes it look unique. It's not like everybody else. Another example is something with mortgages. There's like this tax loophole with like mortgages, but we called it a final expense loophole so that we have that person's curiosity and thinking that it's something else and they have to find out what this thing is, because if you look like everybody else, your ad costs are going to go up. You're not going to get enough curiosity. And another example is like something for me, like when I run ads, we base it off of a metric called a ROAS, which is your return on ad spend. So you could say, hey, I'll run your ads. But if I said, hey, like, you need to get access to this ROAS catapult system that I have that's proprietary to me and my clients, that's helped me scale 51 brands to 7 and 8 figures. That's way more curiosity based than just me telling you that I'm going to run your ads. You're not really crazy excited unless I don't attach it to the specificity and urgency. So also what I do is, like, you know, we guarantee you X amount of appointments every single week or your money back. That's part of the guarantee. People like guarantees. That's our biggest objections that we hear on sales calls across all clients, niches, and verticals is, do you have a guarantee? Is there something that you could promise me that you'll be able to do after these 3 months are up? And that's why every single strong offer has to have a guarantee. And then the specificity and urgency, you have to be specific with the urgency. So that's why, you know, some of the credit repair clients, or I had an offer, because credit repair is one of our biggest niches. We have a lot of clients in that niche because, to be honest, a lot of people don't have like the financial literacy to control their credit. So the amount of market share there is for people starting credit repair businesses is just humongous. Like if you have lower than a 600 credit score, which is like, I believe over 70% of people, then you're going to be a valid customer. The market share is very, very big. It's a big blue ocean. So I would say, like, hey, like if you're a credit repair consultant or service provider, we guarantee you 50 qualified appointments every single week or your money back, but we can only take 7 to 8 people every single month. Obviously, that's not true. I can take 100 people if I wanted to. But it's that urgency with the specificity that makes them believe me that I can only take 7 to 8. And it's not manipulation or lying, it's just specificity. You don't want to be available to everybody, because then what are you going to have? You're going to have fulfillment headaches. You're going to have, you know, customers who are not really supposed to belong to your actual avatar that are screwing up your actual fulfillment in the business. Because whenever you talk to a business owner, they're always like, hey, this is my ideal avatar. And you got to be able to find those people with the right attention grabbers and the right congruency and the right offer. Because if you don't, then you're trying to market to every Joe Schmo out there, and you're just grabbing everybody in the complete atmosphere, and you're not able to actually scale. You might make a lot of money, but at the same time, you're going to have more fulfillment problems, because if you have clients who are not your ideal avatar, that business doesn't have systems and processes to serve people that are not in their avatar. So now they're rearing away. Now they're losing time and money. Okay, step 2 is the target plus the lander. So we have our offer. Now we have to build an actual target audience plus a landing page around it. How do we get this thing to convert at massive levels so that that ad, the actual video, the messaging is congruent to what they see on the landing page? Because if I said, you know, hey, I'm going to help you repair your credit, but then the next page says, use this blah, blah loophole to do this and this in 30 days, like, it's not congruent. You have to talk about what's on the landing page in your ad. So that's why I always build the offer first, and then I build the landing page next. Then we'll build video scripts, and we build that video ad to match the offer and the landing page. Because the last thing you need is customers coming to your ecosystem, and they're like confused at what you even offer, because your ad was completely different from your landing page, and your landing page didn't even have a good offer. And there's no guarantee, and then it's just it's not a successful campaign. So who's your avatar? You know, what is your attention bar on any ad or landing page? The way I usually start off all my ads is by saying attention. I know it can get kind of obsessive, but if you're a local, like for example, if you're a local landscaping business and you just run an ad that's like, hey, like get 100% off your next lawn care visit or whatever it is, how do you even know that that person's near you? Like this random landscaping companies, that's why we would start off by saying, attention, Volusia County or Volusia County homeowners. Okay, that's how we pull that audience out so that if they hear that and they are a Volusia County homeowner, they're probably gonna listen to the video, okay? And then solving their problems. Okay, what's their biggest problem that keeps them awake at night? Okay, and another example is like, business funding, for example. I'll show you examples of this later on with the offers and the landing pages, but a lot of business owners can't actually grow their business because they don't have the right funding. And they're scared because they don't want to deal with banks, and some people hate banks. It's a political view, I'm not gonna get into all that, but some people don't like to deal with banks, they don't want to deal with lenders, they think that they're gonna get screwed over, they're gonna get ripped off. But if you're able to solve that problem with a unique mechanism and a good offer and a guarantee, then you can pull people in that way. And then storytelling and curiosity. Having your own brand messaging and story on how you and your clients achieved this end result. So you could talk about, how in the ad you could use the ideal avatar of like, okay, we're looking for men 35 to 45 who need their lawn fixed, but their biggest worry is that their kids keep running around the yard, messing it up. Their dog is doing this in the yard, this, yada, yada. So what do you think my ad should be? It should be a guy talking with a really nice house in the background because I want to appeal to the right income level and zip code. And I also want to appeal and I want to see kids in the background running and a dog running around because that's congruency. So now the person who's watching, it's like, hey, I have 2 kids and I got a dog. This is like really matching like my psychological trigger. I'm going to keep paying attention to this ad. And then you can go into, hey, like, and this person's not the only person that we've helped like completely transform their lawn. This person did, this person did, this person did, this person did. And you're just going on this like social proof route and you still have curiosity because you don't know the price. By the way, this is a huge thing. Just a side note. If you ever get, like if you stay in this ad space and you ever have a client tell you to put the price in the ad, tell them no. You never put a price in an ad. I don't care, like and this is no shot at like people who run ads on TV, but I literally know people who run ads on TV and I'm in Facebook groups and masterminds and like all of these companies that you think are crushing it because they have a TV ad, like no, they're not. They're really not making as much money as you think they are because they're putting the price. And that means that you're only gonna make a decision on the price only. You have no emotional triggers to make an actual buying decision. That's why I will never put the price in my ads ever. Okay, people who do. It's not misleading, that is curiosity though. Because if you don't know the price, here's the thing, that's like, you're getting the right audience too. Because you might watch a Mercedes-Benz commercial and some of them don't tell you the price. Because they want you to be very, very curious because they know that if you're curious enough, you have the money. All of the Mercedes-Benz cars that are under 50 grand, they put the price in there because that's not really crazy expensive.
But if you're overpriced and you build up all that curiosity and you don't want it, it's not worth it. It's not worth it to build all that curiosity and then have a shitty price.
But then you're making the price, if you're gonna tell them the price, then people are only gonna make a determination on price because if I'm willing to inquire, because that's like us. Like if I told all of the people that work with us and I said, hey, I'm charging $3,000 a month for ad services, people see that and they're like, whoa. But we don't tell them the price, they hop on a call, we ask them questions, we build that rapport with them. We're we're feeding their psychological triggers. We're bringing them down this emotional ride. What's gonna happen to you and your family if you don't do this? How much more money could you make if we got you X amount of appointments a week? We break down the numbers.
But
because
a lot of people only want to know what is the price.
Those are not the right customers though. Yeah, those are headache customers.
I mean, there's a lot of people that just want to get straight to the nitty-gritty.
Well, yeah, there are. I mean, I get that, but those are lower ticket things. Like lower ticket products, like for example, right?
It's not lower ticket if it's a car.
Well, the car, like if they see the price, they didn't get to sit in it yet. They didn't get to go to the showroom and do a demo. That's why when you get into the car dealership, they can sell you more. Like that's, okay, so a good example is the...
For a second, which is, like, if you get them bought into the product,
yeah,
and their service, then they're like, I want that service, right? And then you're going to say, well, how much is that service? That's going to be different than the people that are going to be going, all I'm just looking for the cheapest thing, and I'm gonna go for it.
Yeah, those are the worst customers to have. And like, it's a good conversation to have, but those customers only look at price. They haven't looked at the value. They haven't looked at anything. They're just like, how much is it? It's $100. Okay, I can't afford it. Those are the worst customers, because I didn't even get into the fact that maybe you don't have to pay for 30 days. Maybe we have a payment plan. Maybe we have other things that you can use to finance this thing. And those kind of customers are really big headaches. Trust me on this. Nobody, okay, that is like I'm trying to find a good example. Okay, a good one is one of my clients who sells like a water purifier. Okay, a lot of water purifiers. You'll go on Amazon and you'll search for a water purifier, and they're like $100, $200, $300. He sells one for $1,000, and you have to book a call to talk to them because their water purifier is targeted to a more luxurious audience. And his stuff makes a lot more money than other people on Amazon does because you're getting the right customers. Those are the people that are gonna book a call for that $997 water purifier. They're making at least 250 grand a year. They know the value of having a really high quality water purifier. They care more about their kids because of the air and the water. Also, their kids' likelihood is that they care about their kids' education too. So they're spending money on private school. That's the kind of triggers that we're trying to find in those right customers. Because if I sold a $100 water purifier, what am I gonna get? I'm gonna get a bunch of customers who, yeah, they might be cool and they're spending $100, but $100 is realistically not a lot of money, so they might not even use it. They're not gonna take the product seriously. They might find one thing wrong with it and call and complain. Because $100, like, and this is the way I break down time and money, is that $100 to some people is worth 4 hours of work, 5 hours of work. These customers who are buying $100 products, they're gonna spend 2 hours on hold on the phone to get a refund for that thing. But if you're talking to customers who are spending $1,000 on a water purifier, they would just throw it. If they don't wanna use it, they're not gonna complain because they have enough money, they don't care. So that's where it's just like you're trying to attract the right people who are not gonna give you fulfillment issues. So, and also if the thing is more expensive, it is higher quality. Because what's happening a lot with some of the brands we work with is that sometimes the post office is too rough with packages and like the shit gets broken in the mail. And now because you bought a $100 water purifier, you're not gonna get the right care. But if you spend $997, that package is gonna have more tape on it, fragile symbols, people are gonna care about it more. So that's the other back end, yeah. But that is a good point. Like I get it, like sometimes, you know, I'm doing something and I'm just like, you know what, like just give me the price, like how much is it? And most of the time it's because we value that in our time and money frame. Everybody has their own time and money thing. It's like, are you gonna pay 4 times more for an oil change if you can get it done in 15 minutes, or are you gonna pay 4 times less if you gotta wait 3 hours? That's up to you. Personally, I'm gonna get the one in 15 minutes because I value time way more than money.
So how do you balance that that ad content to really to attract both sides of the spectrum?
I think it's all about the imagery. It's all about the imaging and obviously like not telling the price in the ad and showing people in the ads and showing situations where luxury would be consumed. Like you're not gonna run an ad for a $1,000 water purifier in somebody's $75,000, 1,000 square foot house. It just doesn't match because now you're attracting other people. You're not attracting the customer who has a 4,000 square foot house, has kids, has a Benz in the driveway, has like all these things, and they associate even the smallest things with materialism. It's like, because they're like honestly afraid. Like some people of high status, they're like, oh, if I have friends over and they see this cheap water purifier, how am I gonna look? That's why people care about their Christmas tree too. They're like, I gotta put all these cool decorations on my Christmas tree because I have my family coming over. I gotta make sure I don't have like one of these cheap $50 acrylic ones from Walmart. Because they care about that stuff. That's the emotional triggers that like I kind of think about when I'm building an avatar. Like who actually wants this thing? Because you don't want to grab every single person humanly possible. Because then, you know, you're going to get...
I'm not saying grab every person possible.
Yeah.
I'm saying like how do you create an ad to attract both sides of the spectrum? People who value money more over time or people who value time over money?
Yeah. The other thing, so a good example for me, and I'm happy that we're going into this, is like a really cool discussion. So like for us, in my ads, I don't talk about price, and I only pitch social proof of clients that we've worked with. And these clients are only ones who we've hiked to at least $50,000 or $100,000 a month. And the reason why I do that is because there's 2 things about humans. One is mental blocks and 2 is money blocks. Okay, there are people who, if we hop on the phone with and we tell them that in their niche we have business owners making 50 grand a month, Some people actually don't want to make 50 grand a month because more money scares them. And they have a mental block around making more money. Even though like from the outside, you would love to make $50,000 a month, but until you make it, you feel like a completely different person. And people don't actually believe that because they've never seen $50,000 a month before. So that's like, when I talk about all the social proof, I'm bringing up numbers that's going to appeal to the right people who are, you know, at least making $10,000, $25,000 a month in their business. They're not scared to go to 50. But if you talk to a beginning business owner who's making $5 grand a month and you're like, hey, let's take you to 50,000, they're scared because they're like, whoa, like this isn't true. I don't deserve $50,000 a month because they have money and mental blocks from when they were a kid to where their parents never made that, so they don't deserve it either.
So 2 questions. A, how do you spell rapport?
How do I spell what?
Like when you build a
Oh, that's just, I think it's R-A-P-P-O-R-T.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, all right.
Yeah, but not, yeah, but
So basically what I'm hearing with what you're saying is that, you know, you select your target audience and take into consideration with what he was saying too. You select your target audience, and if your target audience is the higher class, then you're really not trying to appeal lower middle.
yeah, because you want to have a higher ticket because that's like the whole product ascension model.
So you don't appeal to both.
Yeah.
You choose your target audience.
Yeah, so the thing too is like, and this is a really good example is, let's say, you know, you're selling like a lower priced watch, right? And it's a Rolex, right? We have a $5,000 Rolex. And Rolex never puts the price in their ads. Never will, never does, and they never want to because they need the right person to know that that thing is at least 5 to 10 grand. So you get them in for this $5,000 watch that to a lot of people is a lot of money, but then what are they now? They're now gonna join the product ladder because if they get this thing, it's the psychological trigger and the emotions that make them want to make more money because now they have this thing. So what are you now going to sell them 5 years down the road? Hey, you know what? You've had this $5,000 one for a while. Let's get you like a really iced out gold one for 25, 30 grand. And then they move you up this product ladder because they know that you're going to be a high LTV buyer and that's who they want to attract. They don't want to attract the customer who's going to nickel and dime on 5 grand, then complain about the watch, then want repairs on it every 3 weeks, then does this and doesn't treat it with like actual respect. Because there's people who buy a watch like that and they're like hitting against the wall, they're doing rough stuff around the house, they're doing yard work with it, like you're gonna ruin it. So that's like where they're really trying to grab the right actual target customer because they have a product ladder. Every business has an LTV play. It's, hey, if I get someone in for 5 grand, how much are they actually worth to me over a 25-year period? To them, that's how they do it. To me, that's not. 25 years, no. But some businesses have a certain LTV time frame of how much that customer is worth over X amount of time. So. And businesses who have more cash and that are bigger brands right now, they play a huge LTV game where it's like, hey, if you don't buy today, I really don't care, but I'm pretty sure you'll buy it within 3 years. And I'm just gonna wait for that because that's when I actually make my money. So, and also like some businesses like me, we have a retention model with an AOV model where it's like, how much does the average person spend? How do we upsell them more services? How long do they stay? And how do I take them and get more clients out of them? So I do like a 5 referral system where it's like, hey, you've been with us for 3 months. We brought you great results. Like we're starting to get some traction here. If you could just give me like 5 friends, their names and numbers who are business owners that are making at least 25 grand a month who would benefit from this just like you have, I'll give you $500 off your next invoice. And that's the game that I play. Because referrals are the easiest people to close because all they do is put you in a group chat, they ask for the invoice and they pay. So like that's what other businesses play in that game where it's like they want to give referral fees or they do like affiliate deals or commissions. That's what some businesses play. But
Aren't you playing a little bit of a dangerous game with the long game where you say like, oh, I know you're not gonna buy now, but I know you buy later.
So I mean, it just depends on where the business is and what their product ladder is because some products that they have, maybe they can't buy within 12 months. You know, that's like, it's like Mercedes again. You know, you buy a $30,000 Mercedes, you get in that entry-level car, and then 5 years down the road, when your car is ready to be sold and you want to buy a new one, that's a 5-year play. Most people keep their car for 3 to 5 years. So they keep this car for 3 to 5 years, but then when they sell it, maybe the inflation has risen. Things in the world have risen to the point where they can trade that car in, get 15 grand back, and put that towards a $70,000 Mercedes. And also, what goes up when you get a car like that? Service costs. They're making more money on the back end. And that's part 4 of all this. Like, that's the whole back end of the business. So that's how they take a customer. And some businesses just break even. Like, I know, and you know, when you go to a car dealership, so like they don't actually make money on the card they sell you. They make zero money because they're paying the profit on a commission and then just to pay their taxes. They don't make any money when they sell you a car. They make money when they sit you down when they're signing and they're like, do you want the warranty? You want ceramic coating service? You want this? You want free oil changes for a year or like unlimited oil changes? You want tire protection? That's where they rack up your monthly cost. Because to run that big ass screen is a lot of electricity.
And they need the rights to it and everything else.
Yeah, and then they have that person sitting there for $14 an hour for how many hours a day they got to pay for that person, their insurance, their benefits, whatever the case may be. Like there's more costs that come into play.
So I just want to say I really appreciate your mind. I think you're very smart and you have a very confident presentation. It's wonderful.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Basically, what I'm hearing is like, so marketing is AKA calculating manipulation 101.
It's not manipulation. I mean, it's just understanding where the customer is. You're just walking them through a product journey. It's like it's a customer journey of where they begin and where you want them to end. Because it's not manipulation if every product you then give them is of value. It's not like you're like, oh, buy this. Oh, you know what? Forget 12 months. I'm just gonna have you buy this thing now and then like you'll deal with it and you can't get a refund. That's not what it is. Yeah, because it's a good offer. Yeah. There's got to be guarantees in it. It's got to have, you know, obviously you break urgency into that and stuff like that, but like it depends on the product price too. You don't really do urgency with stuff like that because it just seems too like sketchy. It's not like, you know, it depends too because there's always different salespeople who take different approaches as well. So you have to really know your customer. Like everybody starts at day zero. When you decide to go to a grocery store, you're probably going to go there for the next 10 to 15 years without changing unless you move. But they're not really selling you. They might get you like some points card or something, but that's to keep you in the game. Like a lot of these companies who do the free point stuff, that's just to keep you in the game. That's, hey, if they opt in for this card, they know that the average customer who gets a rewards points card stays 6.7 years in our timeline. That's the average amount that they stay and spend with us. And they know those numbers because they keep track of data in the back end. So they know. Yeah. I mean, and also it's like, hey, if I break even on this first purchase, and that's what most businesses do. Like for me, I don't really make money the first month because my payroll's really expensive to have all these guys. So I don't make money the first month. But the second month and the third month is where I get my paycheck. And I'm willing to take that loss for 30 days. I'm willing to because I play the LTV game. That's like my biggest thing. A lot of people run a business, they spend money on advertising campaigns and they want money in the first week. That is like, it doesn't really happen that way. And as much as people want it to feel that way, they really don't. And a lot of companies that we work with will just spend money on awareness and awareness and awareness locally just to get their name out there and they're willing to go in the hole because they understand the game of having their name come out of someone's mouth. Local business, but national, not really. You gotta spend a lot more money to go national. Just because like you have way more reach obviously and you got to spend way more money to touch 300 million people in the US instead of just like, hey, I want to target 15-mile radiuses in Daytona Beach. That's maybe 150,000, 200,000 people. So now I could spend less money.
So it all comes back to just knowing your target audience.
Yeah.
And figuring it out based on that.
And then step 3 is the creative. So this is the actual ad itself. You know, we have authority and attention. And when I talk about authority, it's about how many people have you helped, reviews, you know, where you're located, how many people use you yearly, how many people you've helped in the past, whatever months. Like you want to give a specific number, have that specificity, have that authority. You're not just going to sit there and be like, yeah, we're helping people retire early. It's like, dude, there's no claim. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you can just help people retire early, but how many people have you helped? Did you help this girl retire early? Because now she can now pay with her annuity for her kid's college. Like you got to be specific with what the person's using. So, and then social proof and then proving the concept. The social proof and the proving the concept, and I already talked about the guarantee, but the social proof and proving the concept, it's mostly about like, hey, these people experience this end result and that's my offer to you. So it's like the 50 booked appointment thing. It's like, okay, we're gonna get you 50 booked appointments every single week, guaranteed, or your money back. Then we had testimonials from a girl who's a credit repair owner who's like, yeah, I got 63 appointments this week. Our calendar's booked out. Like, Jason's awesome. And then the next person, I got 53 appointments this week. We made 10 grand this week. This is awesome. Like, that's the specificity that's proving the concept with that social proof. That's why whatever ad I always run, I always put social proof or UGC, which is other people using the product, holding it, or on the other side of the coin is people just, being like a testimonial base, where it's not always like, oh, like they're sitting down with the person doing the actual service. It's more just like, hey, I did the service and it's great and they did this and this and this and it's been a great experience. You should do it too. I highly recommend these people. So there's like 2 ways you can go with it. If you're running products, UGC is better because the person, and I'll show you on this next slide. I'm gonna show you a couple examples and some, like, I know I'm gonna get objections about some of these because people are like, what is this, like a landing page? So there's actually a different approach that we take that a lot of business owners are starting to catch on to, which is more centralized landing pages, okay? And when I talk about centralized landing pages, we don't send traffic to websites at all. We don't use websites because they don't convert that well. And everybody has been told to make a website because that's cool, it's sexy, it's like your own domain. They really don't convert at all. We do not run any traffic to any landing pages. We make a one-page landing page with the one thing with the least amount of effort that makes them the most amount of money. And we run this, like a landing page, and I'll go into more examples, but we only push one thing that is their front-end product that gets them in their ecosystem.
But you have to bring them to somewhere.
Yeah, this is where we're bringing them.
That's just the landing page. Where is their branding?
He's talking about what's the URL for that.
Oh, I can't disclose most of the stuff for NDA reasons. So I got to just show you like the screenshots.
You said no website, just...
Yeah, no website at all. Nope.
I think you're confused. It's one-page website.
Yeah, it's a one-page website. Okay, yeah, that's a better way to describe it. It's
full business website.
no, I do not send traffic to something that has like a contact us button, about us, our team, my services. No, because what happens is this. Us as humans, we have a low attention span. We're going to get distracted because we're going to hit this website, we're going to scroll, we're going to hit some button, hit some blog post, hit this, hit that. No. Conversion rates on websites are anywhere from 0.75 to 1.5%, which is terrible. Like when I see that, I'm like, how do you even survive? How do you even make money? Our landing pages convert at least over 3 to 4% on average. And that's a lot to a business. If you can increase a business's conversion rate by 2%, they will throw money at you like it's a party. Because 2% is, hey, if I make, let's really break the numbers down. If I sell a $3,000 service and I have 1.5 out of every 100 visitors converting, that is, what is that, $4,500. But if I had an extra 2% of people, that's an extra $6,000. An extra $6,000, let's say, for example, I'm sending 1,000 people to that website a day. How much more money is that for a business?
I'm still confused on one thing, but how are you, because is this their website that you're making for them?
This is a landing page. They have a website. Most of our clients will come to us with a website, but we're like, no, we're not running traffic to your website. We're going to make a landing page that talks about this one offer and one offer only.
You're not bringing them to the client, you're just bringing them to the landing page. How are you bringing the client to the owner?
To just see the one product.
So I'll go over all this. I know this is really confusing right now. I'm just trying to give some context, but I'll break this down. You'll understand. I'll show you, like, when I talk about my brand that I'm running, you'll understand why I do what I do. Okay? Okay. I just don't want to confuse you, that's all. So the reason why we do this, though, is like I was saying, like, if you have an extra 2% of people.
Let me make some clear. I understand the landing page.
Okay.
How are you connecting the customer to the client?
I'm going to show you in the next slide. Yeah. I'm breaking all this stuff down. I know it's like, what the hell is this? It'll make sense once I'm done. So we use, for something like this is a product. Okay? It's a $20 product. Okay, so it's not crazy expensive. But we use UGC for this because I don't know if you guys know what Shopify is, but most of the clients that we work with, they use a Shopify account and then they download an app called Zipify. Zipify is a page builder. It's for custom one product landing pages. They don't get to go in this and click a logo or a menu up here or any of the stuff.
What's it called?
Zipify. So we use the Zipify page to build this one straight landing page that only talks about the one best-selling product. And I'm going to tell you why we do that. Because if I send traffic to a home page, I'm not going to make any money, to be realistic with you. I'm not. Trust me, we've done this. You don't send traffic to a home page for an e-com store because why? There are 20 different things that they can click. There's different collections, products, whatever. What did they see in the ad? Send them to the product page of what they saw in the ad. but you still don't want them going back to the homepage and getting distracted. So they go to this one-page lander that's like, and I'll show you the next slide so you get more context, but we only push this one thing because if we push this one product, I'm going to convert 4 to 5% of people on a product that's $20. What does that allow me to do though? After they buy, what do I have? Upsells, downsells, cross-sells. I'm selling them another one of these because people can place more than one in their house. I'm also upselling them faster or better results. So the two best upsells for any product-based business and even services is more of the same or faster or better results. That's why when you go get a massage, they're like, hey, you want a 4 massage package? You could use 1 a week. It's more of the same. They already enjoyed that experience. Go sell them more of the same. The second one is faster or better results, which is, okay, we could add stones. We could do this. We could add this kind of oil. That's faster or better results. So that's how most businesses do operate. They get this one product, one service that makes them so much money, and then it leads them into other things because once they become a loyal customer, my conversion rates on my upsells are going to be much higher. Your upsell conversion rate should be over 30%. That's the ideal percentage or benchmark that I always use. Because if I get them to take this one standard thing in their home, the next page, hey, grab another one for 20% off. Okay, you grab that. Okay. Get a bigger one that you could put in your living room because he has the small ones and then the bigger ones. So we're like, all right, you know what? You got these two, but like, what about your living room? Like, let's get a big one for $200 and let's try to sell that on a high ticket level and get someone to buy that. And then what happens? They get emails, text messages. They're getting spammed for weeks trying to get them to buy more shit. And that's the whole point of it. They have to buy more because if we don't make them buy more, I'm losing money and I don't have that LTV to keep churning the ad wheel of spending money on ads. And that's why we send them to just this one page. So this is it's like a moving standard. I know some of these products are cool. Some of them are like small and cheesy, but they make a lot of money. So like we would run an ad like this. Where's the? I don't know why it's not.
I consider my home
I don't know why it's not.
to be super relaxing, chill environment. And so I was really after
That does look cool.
Where is the?
something that would help us experience it to the fullest. I went on a search and I found this beautiful, captivating, moving sand art, and I had to get it. I've put this in every room. It's so relaxing just to watch it work. I mean, look at its beauty. It's truly incredible. If you're loving the look of this landscaping, you need to go get yourself one. You're gonna love it just as much as us.
Okay, so that's like UGC. So we use the girl who most of the people who are buying this are women. We use this avatar to then attract more people like this who want this. And we show an example of it in their room, whatever the case may be, and this is just UGC. We use this, they see it on Facebook and Instagram, they click the link and they go to that landing page. If they see this product and I send them to a website, where the hell's the product? I have to go look for it now. And to be honest, no offense, but most people are just like really lazy. So for them to go and find it and search, there's just too much friction. They're going to back out. That's just how most humans are. We want little friction, we want to do little work, and we want all the results possible. So that's why we want to cause less friction in the sales process for someone to take action. This is another example. This is like a service base. This is business funding, okay? So discover how this new simple secret, I'm being curiosity based here, and this is just a one-page landing page. You got your logo, okay? No buttons or anywhere yet. Attention real estate investors and Airbnb hosts struggling to fund their business. I'm specifically calling out real estate investors and Airbnb hosts. Discover how this new simple secret, done for you, which is like a sexy appeal because you don't have to do any work. People like that. Done for you. 3-step dream stacking strategy helped 127 real estate investors and Airbnb hosts get their first 100K upwards business funding in 30 to 60 days or your money back. This is a very good offer. Jaden crushes it with this. He's been my client for 4 months now. He is killing it because he's got the right audience, okay? In his ads, he talks about it. And then the ad that I'm going to show you literally has this, get their 100K upwards business funding in 30 to 60 days in the actual top bar of the ad so that what they read in the ad is literally what they see on the next page. And then we hit them with the without dealing with bankers, inquiries, and 0 upfront fees. So we're beating that customer's objection of like, okay, you can do this, but like, what do I have to pay? Well, you don't have to pay anything, okay? Because what he does is a percentage model. So you get the 100, whatever it is, you get qualified. And here's the best part about this, and this is why I talk so much about offers. It's not manipulation, but If they don't qualify for business funding, he can sell them credit repair because their credit's not high enough. So now what does he get? He gets money out of them for credit repair, and then once their credit's repaired, buy this now. Now you're getting 2 purchases when you were only trying to sell 1. So it's a bigger LTV. He's getting a higher average order value out of his customer. And then the ad is just this.
Attention startup entrepreneurs struggling to fund their business. I helped over 127 startup entrepreneurs get 100K upwards business funding in just 30 to 60 days within the last 6 months alone. And the best part is they didn't have to deal with bankers, inquiries, and 0 upfront fees. It was all done for them by me and my team. So if you want to start your business this 2022 but are struggling to get the funding you need, click the button below and apply to work with me and my team. If you're qualified, all you need is a credit report dated the last 30 days. You need the rest to meet my team and we'll take good care of you. If you're ready to get maximum funding for your business, click the link below and see if you qualify today.
So,
book stand.
The what?
That's a sick book stand in the back.
Yeah. I wasn't even looking at that. Okay, another example is this. We actually recently fixed this. And it's funny that I'm using this, Josh, because, dude, even like we make so many little mistakes sometimes and it pisses me off. Not because we're bad at what we do, but because like the smallest things can affect a landing page drastically, okay? This, as you can see, it's a diaper bag, okay? And you're probably wondering, why is a diaper bag $134? That's insanity, okay? It's a luxurious diaper bag. It's like the Gucci of diaper bags. It's like leather and vegan, and you'll see the video ad. But the one mistake that we made on this, and by the way, this does very well now, we fixed it, because we decided to drop the price a little bit. It was originally like what, 165? Okay, it was 165, her COGS are $70, which is a little high in my opinion for a product like this, a 50% product margin. I try to stay below 30. But because of that, what is she getting in her ecosystem? She's getting more high quality buyers, people who can afford this, that they can upsell them, maybe you get a second one, another color, whatever the case may be. Okay, a big thing with this that has helped my store a lot, even with me selling my product at 30 bucks around to 50, is pay over time options. Okay, we implemented Klarna. You can use Afterpay, Quad Pay, there's Affirm, Sezzle, Shop Pay, all these different types of applications that you can use so that people can get, like, they can still buy your product, but they only have to pay $37 a month for 4 months interest free, and they actually do not pay any interest if they pay it in those 4 months. Here's the kicker, okay? This page, when we fixed the price, Josh did not change the new one right here, okay? It was still 165, and if they scroll down to the bottom, then it said 134, and people were getting confused. So that is Josh's fault. We're gonna let him take blame for that. As soon as we fixed it though, now she went from, you know, like in some businesses that we work with don't make a crazy amount of money right off the rip because we're getting so much data. She's like a stay-at-home mom, you know, she was making like maybe $200 a day, which is a lot to some people, but now she's on like $400 days, $600 days because we fixed this one thing. I just literally changed one number on the screen and the conversion rate increased because now it's congruent to the bottom. And we have Klarna because I added that as well. The one thing I'm going to tell you that might shock you is that even at products that are $15, $20 online, you would be stunned at how many people would rather pay $4 a month for $4.
Actually, you can't do that with a lot of sites. I try doing it because I buy a lot of records and CDs, and they on like the merch sites for like artists. And if you have to pay like over like 25.
Yeah, so Sezzle, yeah, so that's like Shop Pay, they do a $30 minimum. Klarna does a $30 minimum. But Sezzle broke it. Sezzle lets you do it no matter what your price point is. So you can do $2 a month on an $8 product. Sezzle allows you to do that. And just having that alone allows you to like break your conversion rates. Like your conversion rates I've seen go up 30 to 60% just because you have a pay over time option. Like I have, my businesses, we just started is hair growth oil, okay? We sell it for $27, you'd be stunned at how many people will use Klarna every single day to just buy more because it's 27 bucks for one. Yeah, this is kind of a little emotional trigger or a hack, but we make sure that the 2-bottle bundle is over 30 bucks so that they can buy more than 2. So the 1 bottle's 27, 2 bottles is 45, 3 is 57. So they can't use the pay over time if they just get 1 because it's under $30. So it's a really good angle. But so this is basically the landing page. And then throughout the landing page, I can't show the whole thing for NDA reasons, but like, then they, you know, they're seeing ads like this.
I got some stuff in the mail, so I'm gonna do my first baby haul. Some of the stuff is also for Noelle, but some of it's for the baby. Okay, this first one is from Yuma. They sent me all of this. Oh, okay, so they sent me a vegan leather changing mat. Such a nice color, and it's like really nicely made. I'm so excited. This I am most excited for. I can get it open. Oh my goodness, it is beautiful. Look at this diaper bag, you guys. The color and the quality, I'm obsessed. It came with a strap too. It's like a backpack. Oh my gosh, I love this. Also sent this little pouch too. I can put like snacks and stuff in here, diapers. Okay, this next one, I think this is all for Noelle, but we'll see. Okay,
So basically, this is like UGC. I'm just, and she's a YouTuber who's like a baby influencer. I don't know her name, but like she like paid her to do this whole unboxing video, and she's using it because, you know, she like a lot of people will follow this girl. I don't know her name, but yeah. Okay, I don't want to use that one. Actually, I kind of want to use this one. I can't show the whole landing page, but this is a store that we got. I know this looks like really corny right now, but I can't show the rest for legal reasons. But basically, she is a Halloween t-shirt store, okay? And as you probably just thought, well, she can probably only make money during September to November. Well, that is false, because what we're able to do now is we found more trendy designs that can sell throughout the whole entire year. So now what we did with her landing page is a little bit different than what you've seen before. Most of the time, we just run one product. What we did was, and I always break things down very simply for business owners, that we take their best sellers that they have. We say, hey, you know what? January is a really slow month for you. And she was making like maybe 30 grand a month in January. That's like her slow month. But she's still selling products. So I said, listen, like, what are the 3 best products that you're selling in January? We're just going to make a landing page and put all 3 of them on there, and they can just add all 3 to their cart, and they can leave and spend money. And she never thought of this. She's been in business for like 6, 7 years. She never thought of this. I'm like, why would you never thought that you could just sell your best sellers through the like dead season? And they're trendy designs. Like, they actually don't really have to relate as much to Halloween, but they're trendy for like her niche. So we decided to do that. They go to this page. They can add the 3 best sellers, and it's doing really well. But we don't always do videos, okay? Sometimes we can run really, really simple ads that still convert. We have a client, Bruce Bull, I'll show you at the end, that's number 8. And he runs like a lot of sponsorship-based videos. Those videos are really, really sexy. Like those you guys will love. But we also run image ads for him that convert just as well. Because some people like that quick, like, okay, what is this thing? And you know, they don't want to have to watch an 8 to 15-second video.
You see a lot of that with the shirt and watch ads.
Yeah. So this one, we just run simple image ads. That's it. We put one of the trendy designs, because there's 3 of them. These are the 3 that are on the landing page. We run them dynamically so that they can see each of them, and then they do really well. So now she can sell, you know, throughout the dead season. This is the credit repair one. I'm not going to get into that. I already kind of showed that example.
Hey, wait, my name is Kara with LIV Credit Solutions, and I want to help you repair your damaged credit. I've helped over 3,000 people with similar credit issues, and I want you to be next. With my LIV loophole, I'm able to bypass the credit bureaus, and I'm able to eliminate derogatory and negative items on your credit report fast and easy that have been holding you back for a long time. If you're looking to see results like the ones on this video, which can help you get a better home, better car, better interest rates, and even capital to fund your new business, now is the time to do it. It's 2022. Let me help you. To book a free consultation and see if you qualify.
So basically, there's that. And then this is like a med spa one, where we do like a 25% off any skin procedure. This one we haven't been able to run just yet. We just made this because his Facebook page got like restricted. Yeah. So we're trying to fix that, but yeah. And then that's the ad. That's the image ad. And then this is mine. Okay, this is the business that we're running right now. That I'm doing my challenge with. It's a hair growth oil business. This right now is actually converting more than the other landing page that I had, and we have bundles on the page. So now that like the before page that we were running was a 1 bottle, a 2 bottle, and a 3 bottle. And I was doing market research and I was looking on the internet like, yo, what are other companies running? There's got to be a way to get more money out of my buyers. And I saw a store that was only offering 2 bottle bundles, 3 bottle bundles, and 4. They weren't letting you just buy one. And I said, oh shit, that's so smart. So I implemented that, and now my AOV is higher.
In what context do you mean sexy?
Oh, it's just like very enticing. It's just very like professional. It catches your eye. And I'm going to show that one next, but yeah.
You say central landing page. I see that landing page has a lot of buttons on top. Is that purposeful?
Yeah, this is just it's just like a preview link. Yeah, this is not actually like the live link. Yeah, this is just the preview from, we use Pagefly for this. But if they actually go to it, they're not going to see all the stuff on top. No.
The Hairtech logo.
So then why have it?
What do you mean, why haven't?
You said they're not going to see it. Why have it?
No, this is just a preview link. This is just a preview within the application. Yeah, this isn't a live link. And then I'll run ads like this where, so it's basically just like UGC. I have one guy, this girl, and then also graphic-based images, because these graphic-based images, we have the bottle, we have the quote from the customer for the results, shows the before and after without stating before and after, because of Facebook compliance, you can't put the words before and after on it. So we kind of just make people realize that it's before and after. And then we have our biggest offer, hair growth results within 2 weeks. And then we have the quote here, the customer's name. Why is this important? Because the first review they're going to see on the landing page is Carter's.
Why can't you put before and after?
You're just not allowed to. It's like it's a political thing. I'm not going into political stuff, but like they just hate it. Like they don't like you. I don't know what the word is, and something defying people's bodies. So I don't understand, but okay. So, and then this is Bruce Bolt. So he runs like batting gloves for baseball players. A lot of people in the MLB wear these gloves. This is like our biggest client right now. And basically like he partners with big athletes who wear these gloves. And then what he'll do is he'll pay them, thousands of dollars and shoot a video of them using it and like do this whole like ordeal, which is really dope, by the way. So we do 2 types of video ads with the athletes. We do an unboxing video, and then he does like a promo. So I want to show the promo because this is the one that I was talking about that's like sexy. This is cool. Like it's very well done. So that's basically like his own glove. So he has like his own glove within the store. So that's like the kind of content we would run with an athlete. It's actually like really sick. It does really well. And this is just him in the locker room and unboxing, nothing special. It's like with an iPhone, but yeah.
Like a signature, like a shoe.
Yeah.
For reference, how much did they pay for that video?
I think he paid like over 20. Yeah, 20 grand, yeah. Yeah. But he does like, it depends on the brand's budget. Like a brand that makes the money he makes, 20 grand is really not a lot. So yeah.
So when you say sexy, you just mean it's well done or attractive?
Yeah, it's just very well done. It's more articulated than other video ads that I just showed. Like that are done with an iPhone, or they're just like really simple UGC. But to be honest, like these videos perform well, but ads really come down to how good your offer actually is, because I have clients who run some of the crappiest videos and they make more money. They're more profitable because their offer is just so strong, and they're not using like all these different effects and like all the B-roll and like audio in the background like that. It's just like very straight to the point. Here's my offer. I'm not gonna tell you the price, but here's what I can do. Here's what I've done for other people, and you can just click this button and see if you qualify, kind of ordeal. So, and that's basically it. So I don't know if you guys had any questions about what I went over or anything like that, but.
How do you get into like the video aspect of that? Like, where like.
I don't do any of the video. We didn't used to do any video, but like I have Steven who does video that we can, obviously if clients pay him for, we're trying to get him revolved into that. Because most of the clients, they either have people locally and they don't want to fly somebody in, but I'm trying to push them to do so because it's all dynamic. But and then at the same time, it's like if I get involved in video, that's not my expertise. My expertise is like strategy and offer creation. Like whenever a client comes into our ecosystem, they always pick my brain for what they should be pushing. Because people want to push what they like, they don't push what makes money. Which is like, okay, fine, you have a passion and whatnot, but like realistically, like we have to make money, we have to hit numbers, or you don't have a passion anymore, you have an unprofitable business and now you're broke. So we have to figure out what actually makes you money, then we can sell things that are like passionate.
So why don't you create a team that was like on the side of your marketing team to produce those photos and videos?
I mean, I'm working on that currently, yeah. Yeah. Because we have so many deliverables right now that we're doing, like I have my friend Steven, and then we have Jordan, and then I have Steven. I have two Stevens, and like I've flown them around before. Not he's new, but the other two I've like flown them to clients. Like we had a solar client who needed a video. You know, Jordan flew out. They paid him like $2,000 or whatever to do a video, and they pay for the whatever the living expense and the flight, and then they come back. So like that's available to them. I just haven't really pushed it as much because we're doing so many other things in the company right now, like growth-wise, like SOPs and trying to automate more things. So I don't want to get crazy distracted. But no, I definitely know I have to do that. And because it's more money to the bottom line, but I'm going to let them keep the money. Unless I'm able to sell it for more high ticket, then obviously I'll take a small cut to cover expenses, but yeah.
So you just have to, you got to be realistic with like what you can do and then your priorities as well.
A lot of business owners, they try to do like 45 things at once. Like they just get, they're all over the place. They get shiny object syndrome. That's what kills most business owners. Like literally not kidding you. I see so many businesses burn every single year because they just try to do like 18 different services when they could just take that one service, put all their ad money into that, make more money, and then they can upsell all the other shit later on. But they think that because they offer more, they're going to make more. But if you focus on 18 things at once, every single one of them gets done 5% well, 6% well. You're not really running a 100% fulfillment-based business. You're running what I call like a collections page on a store. You're just offering every single thing known to man, and you really can't do anything. Also, if you have that many services, you have to have fulfillment for each one. That requires you to have more cost. So now you have a lower margin business because you just think that more services make more money when that's not the case. So, all right.
Jason, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.